If Launch had joined the Crane School, it would require her to have been picked up and trained long before ever becoming an ally of the Turtle School. This would likely be done as part of one of her blonde-haired form's crime sprees, with either Master Shen hearing and being intrigued about this, and feeling she would perfectly embody the school's ruthless ideals, or possibly a case in which Tao Pai Pai is being hired to track her down and take her out, only to instead see a potential pupil due to having the Crane School's hallmark of abnormal anatomy. Case in point, Tien's being a triclops and Chiaotzu a hopping vampire. Either way, blonde Launch would likely show little interest initially in all the rules and spiritual mumbo jumbo that comes with being a martial artist, just as she didn't engage much with the Turtle School. However, upon seeing how much money Tao makes as a mercenary and hitman, compared to the risky life of a bank robber, she would eventually find her place. Not to mention, if she does stay, there's some three-eyed eye candy to watch during his daily drills. Speaking of Tien, she would still develop her canonical interest in him, and while normally he would show no romantic interest in her, here, she would have gained much of his attention as a fellow student of the Crane School, and one his two mentors would likely instruct him to get up to snuff personally, with this being an enticing prospect. As with Launch's personality and potential, the Triclops may earn a true worthy rival years before meeting Son Goku, and this would in turn make him even stronger as a martial artist. This could also possibly see Tien loosen up and see things blonde Launch's way, which could in turn make him all the more of a bad guy himself in the process. Since while Chiaotzu is his best friend, the little guy doesn't make much of a sparring partner, while here, he would have appeared to drive him to new heights constantly, and one he really wants to impress at that, while in turn, she would also grow even more formidable. As part of this, Launch would gain proficiency with all the Crane School techniques, though she would have very little time for the tri-beam, as what's the good of learning an attack that uses up your life force, meaning even if you win you die. That's a mug's game. In contrast, the Dodon Ray would be perfect for hitting targets too far away for her guns, while best of all would be the sky dancing technique, better known as Ki-empowered flight, as it will be incredibly useful for some bank robbing on the side, as she can just swoop down and then fly off with her ill-gotten gains unimpeded. However, life would not be all training and heists, as upon learning that his old rival had students entering the World Martial Arts Tournament, Shen would enter Tien, Chiaotzu, and Launch, with them all proving strong rivals to the Turtle School. That is, until Launch sneezes and loses all her fighting spirit, along with her memories of her training. Or alternatively, another way this story could go is Master Shen getting word of the new Turtle School students early, and having Launch go undercover to pretty much play her canon role, but here with the goal of infiltrating and destroying the Turtle School, Roshi, and his students by exploiting his weakness for peppy gals. At first glance, it may seem like just a shipping what if, but I can't seem to forget about all the fun outcomes that could pop up like a sudden and surprising sneezing fit.